Well, it's been a while since I played some Runescape, so yeah, let's actually get started. Here's a scorcher. Your temperature bar hits the maximum on the beach. Well, if you're actually curious about the beach, or wonder what it is, well, let's get started. Teleport to the Plumbridge Beach Party? Yep, let's actually do it. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Well, yep, this is basically the beach party, even though not really much going on here. You got basically what's considered the battleships, which is for construction. You got like the fishing area, which I don't see any fishing pools. Yep, unless it's this one. You catch fish, get some EXP out of here. Although for me, I don't really need to do much fishing here. I prefer like going for the regular fishing spot. This is where you basically craft some royal battleships. They're basically invincible. You can't kill them. And you got the coconut shy. This activity gives range XP. Are you sure you want to continue? And yes, don't ask again because I'm not an Iron Man or skiller, so I don't have to worry about this. We got the play hook a duck, which sadly is members only for some reason. No problem. Wait, no, this is the bodybuilding podium, which is basically used for building strength. You got your silly cosmetics. And yeah, here we go, another construction thing. You need to be a members world to build a sandcastle, which kind of disappointing. And here we go, dungeoneering. Basically, if you don't like dungeoneering because it's more of a minigame than a skill, you can actually do this here until the event is over. And this is basically for cooking. Which will probably take a while, but seeing that I don't have any patience for this, yep, right there. Was that like 1 XP? I think I got like 1 XP out of that. Oh, 12 EXP, I think. But given the fact that it's just something you can just go for like cosmetics and stuff, it's not much that you actually do. But you also have you can talk to Reyna, check titles. How am I doing? Let's have a look. And these are all titles, or requirements to get these titles. And here's the same clue scroll. If you're curious about that, it's just like a regular clue scroll. But it's just about, it's just around the beach area. Some say he's got the beach in the palm of his hands. Other things he's just excited for coconuts. Which is basically the equivalent of having your own clue scrolls. So let's see here. We just talked to Palmer, if I remember correctly. Ooh, a stranger left this for you. Yep. What do we got here? Pick some coconuts that are also close to the stage, which is pretty easy since, I don't know. I've been I know this area a little too well. Well, not that well, but somewhat. It's this is the third one. He's got a rebuild-a-thon going on, an endless stream of important visitors, which is basically go to Fordman George. Although, from a logical standpoint, these sandy clue scrolls are going to be completely different compared to the old, or I guess in this case, the easy, medium, hard, and master, and possibly, I'm not sure if there's a grandmaster, but those types. But they almost have the same rewards in a way. So when a dwarf looks after a pile of coconuts, search the pile. I'm guessing it has to be these coconuts. And amongst the coconuts, I find another scroll box. He's got 1, 2, 3 hats and many hats. And you know what that means? Basically this guy. Because this dude looks like he has many hats on his head. Known as Sheldon. Something on one of Sheldon's hats. And our caskets. What do I get from these caskets? trail stuffs. These are literally what can be considered like free-to-play versions compared to the really good like members version, which you can pretty much get like how do I explain it? Dyes and stuff. That reminds me, I need to do some. You know, wait, what? Another one of those? Yeah, that's weird. That reminds me, I should actually get like started on Necromancy. There's actually something cool about that. Also, you know what? Because I can, I'm going to destroy this. Did I ever No. No, I haven't. You know, that reminds me. I should actually unlock that. Oh, and I gotta be very careful when I go this way. Because I remember back then, over here, like, this used to have, like, lumberjack jail guards, but, like, beforehand, there were, like, lumberjack jail guards. If you go around here, you'd probably get, like, your ass kicked. But that's in old school, and I definitely remember old school, like, well, not 100% well, but definitely brings back, like, old memories. So that reminds me, I should actually unlock the lodestone. Also, beware of Pigzilla. Visit Drainer's Village Market. I'm gonna guess it's this, like, NPC right here. I don't know what that was, but that's weird. Also, if you're getting the Time Crier, it's that NPC with the cool thing with the belt. I mean the bell, not the belt. It's been really... Well, yeah, it's been a while since I last explored this area. Also, let's unlock this. Oh, and I got a little bit of a bit of a trail. I wonder why. A trail has been added for Necromancy quest. Well, also if you're curious, War's Insignia you have to unlock via bosses and Death's Hourglass. Well, this is the place you usually go to when you die. Beforehand, there was no death, like Death's office. It was either you die and lose all your stuff. Eventually, it became gravestones because of people like DDoSing the servers, making it unstable. And yeah, you can literally like reclaim items. He says you have nothing to reclaim because I haven't died yet. So, but later on in like time, if you are a member, you basically can be able to get Reaper tasks from Death. Enclosure studies is basically part of a quest. War's Retreat. Well, let's actually enter the door, see what happens. Sorry, I can't let you join me in combat here until you're stronger. I wouldn't want you to get seriously hurt. Combat levels should be good enough. Make sure you return when you're strong enough, and I'll make you become a mighty warrior. Basically, it's PvM hub, aka the world where like bosses are a thing. And seeing that we're just level 6, it's nothing to worry about. Also, that reminds me, I think we still have trolls as yeah. We still have trolls. I gotta, like, continue this thing. But let's actually go to the underworld. Wait, was this portal always here? And given the fact that we should just accept the quest, here goes nothing. No, wait, here comes something. A sword? A floating sword? Well, hello. The sword says nothing. Are you an animated sword? Can I help you with something? Yes, that one. The sword starts to swing aggressively. Wait, can we be And I just get slain. It goes through the floor. The manner of mortal deaths are normally plain to me, but this one was not expected. The portal of white light opened up near Drainer. When I went to investigate, a sword came down and killed me. A portal. The sword. Tell me what it looked like. It was made of black metal and glowing green runes carved into the blade. I couldn't read them. They say anguish. He has returned. What? Who? If he has chosen you, then we must hurry. I will explain everything when we get there. Go with you? Go where? To the underworld, where life goes beyond death.
My invitation
That's not me.
My guest arrives in the underworld, up the river of souls,
That wasn't me either.
across the lake of memories, to the city of The well of souls is a beacon, a guiding light to all the vagrant dead. I will give them purpose, direction. They will spread my influence to the world above. You will be the key to my victory. I will teach you. You will be my last apprentice. I am the first necromancer.
Good, I hope you would be prompt. And hold on for a moment. Yep. If you're wondering, Raziel, the first necromancer, as well as this guy right here, is basically Hermod, the spirit of war. I'm always on time. Raziel, what have you done? The ritual site is now yours. Apprentice, I am done with it. What are you talking about? Where have the spirits gone? What have you done to my city? The underworld is no longer enough for me, my old friend. The souls of the city languish in self-indulgence, slowly fading into nothingness. I have given them purpose. I will forge them into an army and wage war upon the mortal world. Those who perish will also serve me until the dead outnumber the living. Basically, hell on earth. In a way. When I'm done, there will be no more need for death. Which is kind of illogical. That means everyone turns into zombies, making it into just like the old Call of Duty games, Call of Duty Zombies, and all those others like zombie-based games. You would trap everyone in eternal torment, eternal servitude. I will set them free of their fear and doubt. We will stop you. Well, you trained necromancer can stop me. I know, which is of course the matter at hand. Why does everyone look at me? My new apprentice. I did stuff for this, and I have chosen you. Death will prepare you. You have no choice. You may find me in the citadel above. I must prepare for my invasion. Come to me when you're stronger. Defeat me if you can. But the sands of this world, the hourglass, are running low. Apprentice, do not tarry. Which probably requires me to be members to be at a higher level, but it's nothing to worry about. Who was that? His name is Raziel. He was the first necromancer. The first ever? On Galenor, at least. I've known him for a very long time. Why have I never heard of him? He only rarely leaves the underworld. This plan of his to attack the living is new. Whenever he returns, he acts through others, though he calls apprentices. Similar to how a Dragonborn got attacked in Skyrim. With the those two characters. I think it was during the Dragonborn DLC. That's what he said I was. Yes, he has chosen you when Anger Vidal struck you down. You were marked, just like the mark of the beast or the mark of God. But he said I should try to defeat him. It's his twisted method of instruction has left you no choice but to learn necromancy. Me? Learn necromancy? But isn't that evil? Technically it's evil, but it's basically because it's dark magic, but you know how it is. Of all my responsibilities, this is the only one I truly loathe. To enslave the dead is despicable. But Raziel can't be allowed to triumph. It is lesser of the two evils. I won't accept that. I won't stoop to these methods. What do you mean? Necromancy is a magic using the souls of the dead, right? Yes. Enslaving those souls to do your bidding? Yes. Can we just ask them nicely? What, you can't, don't, yeah, something about trying to doing it all with a friendly term. It's similar to recruiting, except unlike creating an army, you only have how do I explain? You have like the zombie, the skeleton, you got the vengeful ghost, and then you got that like armored phantom. Although, yeah, you only have like 4 creatures that you can summon. Is he gone? Is it safe to come? Oh no, I felt scared since I died. Yeah, Loop. I don't know if it's Loop or Lupe, but yeah, that's basically one of the stores for Necromancy. Wait, you aren't you death? It's Loop, and here is Stratus, Centurion, Third Legion. This is Necromancer Scum. Yeah, basically this is just like a story-wise text. From the city or the only planet. Something about like draining all the souls. Communion vessel. The same thing. Yeah, it's not much to like read. It's mostly if you want to like if you're playing the game and you want to read, go ahead, because the thing is, it's mostly like story based. Also, this is Malignus Mortifier or Mortifer. Wait, Malignus Mortifer. Basically the mushroom guy. He's here to like give you a bit of a tutorial on how to do with this necromancy thing. Yeah, there's not much to like talk about. It's mostly do rituals, gain stuff, and yeah. Blah blah blah, nothing to worry about. Yeah, sweep away the dust. Why sweep away the dust? I don't know. I guess it's like something was going on that like required to be like this, or I guess it's just like it's a blocking way. So like if you're a low level, all this stuff you can't do it until you like reach a level. So not really much to say. All right, first you need to play a focus. What's a focus? Oh, I don't know. It's basically an item. And you got like the glyphs and candles. Yeah, basically these things are basically light source spots, which if you have like a, I think like a special pumpkin type head, you can actually like prevent this thing from like being depleted. Yep, don't have to worry much. Alright, so basically place focus, which is basically makeshift communion. You got some grubby bones. After this tutorial, you'll have more options, so you don't have to worry about it much. Yep. Put the candles in like on these like Illuminati symbols. Well, they're like basically like eyeballs or something, but I just consider them to be equivalent of the Illuminati symbol. Right? And if you're wondering, this is just the interface. If you have like a high level, you can use like a multiply 2 or like or so just to actually like multiply the amount of souls you can get. Or I guess in this case, souls. It's sold materials and various other things. Nothing to worry about. Well, you can worry about it, but in the end, it's not really that much. Right, you got glyphs. Basically, if you want to like make glyphs, you have to like get these ghost links. If you're curious how to get ghost links, it's basically you start with like I think some sort of like a really low level ghostly ink that you buy off the shop. Then after that you put in your focus. Then you do like a, I think it's like some sort of ritual regarding ghostly inks to actually become like usable. Then with ashes and like a bottle of water, you can just convert them into like either like regular ink or something, depending on like if it's like lesser, greater, or powerful. Just start with this, pair. I'm gonna probably just say do not use again because kind of pointless. Alright, since everything's been prepared, let's go straight to getting this thing done. By the looks of it, since this is just a tutorial, you don't get like much in terms of distractions. So, yeah, you just gotta wait for the timer to go down, but you don't have to worry about it. And there we go. That is level 2 like Necromancy. Ability to conjure Skeleton Warrior. And if you're curious, since this was like a communion type of, what's it called? Communion type of ritual, that would just go to the Well of Souls, which is basically this thing right over here. And it looks like we got Ted, which is basically your personal choice that actually like stores the, I think stores or like, it's just like, I don't know, something. Yep, don't have to worry about the text. It's just like more and more story type text. Most people would rather smack the spacebar like some crazy dude. You can either talk to Ted, or manage like Well of Souls, which right here, since we don't really have many souls right now, we can actually just not unlock talents yet. The vessels are filled up enough for, yeah. If you're wondering how you get talent points, you basically have to use combat via Necromancy. Strangely enough, we're going to be able to get like a Death Guard right here. Test your newfound power. How about these ghost trolls? They love good scrapping. And, you know, that actually makes me curious. Can I fight these? Also, since we got this, I'm going to go with, like, number 8. Move this right over here. Let's attack this ghost troll brute first. And that brings a question. Can the ghost troll be counted as a troll task? Oh, yes it can. Surprisingly enough, it can. Meaning that I actually got like a Slayer level as well as a Necromancy level. Therefore, logically, I'm hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Some people will say, oh, 2 birds with 1 stone. Please. When you're in a combat situation, it's 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, if you're in a feeding situation, that would make sense. And would you look at that? 2 Slayer levels. So basically, I win. Although I get nothing, but at least I get like a talent point, so that's good. Take a look at the well again, see if you can learn something new. Yep, unlock talent point, confirm. And basically I can conjure up a skeleton. Did you learn anything? Just the ability to call it like the undead. And here we are. Get the skull lantern. Basically, you need to I keep saying yeah. Alright, so yeah, you have to get the skull lantern equipped and have the ability to how do I explain it? Be able to summon it. Oh, I have to keep talking to these guys. Alright, let's do this. And things are going all the word up there. Conjuring spirits, so like your skeleton warrior requires material known as ectoplasm. It's not hard to find. You accumulate some as a side effect of every ritual you perform. Give it some ectoplasm. Do I want to conjure my skeleton that often? Every necromancer needs minions, and without your skeleton, you'll do far less damage. Basically, it's the equivalent of a really slow magic. Sounds like I'd best be stocked up on ectoplasm then. And if you think about it, necromancy is the equivalent of having having 3 extra players. Although compared to like the players, it won't be like that strong. So we don't sell ectoplasm, but my shop, Soul Supply, sells ritual supplies like candles and necroplasm. Which, if you think about it, necroplasm is used for like ghostly inks. And ectoplasm, necroplasm is completely different. Well, I guess it's pretty similar when you get down to it. No, not really. It's actually a different thing. It's different. Ectoplasm for conjures, necroplasm for rituals, aka like ritual, like ghostly inks. Come by the shop and I'll see if you got any free stuff. Same with me, basic necromancy equipment, which is basically, I don't know, the armors and the I think was it Death Guard as well as the Skull Lanterns. And this guy actually hates necromancers, hence the reason why he has so much armor of it. Cannot delay here any longer. The matter is crucial, but I have many other duties to tend to. Don't worry, I can handle them. No, I can't. Currently, he's too powerful. Although, if I were on my main, maybe I could, but with this account, nah. I'm probably too like a weak, and I'd probably get one-shotted pretty easily. Plus, there's like quests and stuff that I got to unlock. And there. Don't worry, he won't attack us just yet. Actually, he won't attack us. He will just simply do some weird stuff. Adventure's been complete. As I level up, I'll be able to like use this shop. Well, actually, no. Shop's gonna be the same until like something else happens. Then we got this other shop. Buried Bargains is basically your equipment shop. So yeah, you basically got the equipment shop. You got the ritual shop. And then you got all these and you got like the prayers right here. Necromancy prayers can be unlocked by visiting Celine in the graveyard. More will become available as you level up prayer and necromancy and complete quests. Which currently is not really a problem. Test your necromancy abilities by fighting some trolls who can be found in the cave just south of the graveyard. And if you have like a, I think it's it's a I think it's a bracelet of passage or something. I could like go there. You level up for necromancy, more souls into the city of come back and check in occasionally. You never know who might show up. Oh boy. Let's see. I can conjure a skeleton warrior. Do ritual lesser necroplasm, which is pretty much used for making regular. Actually, you know what? Let me go back here. Yeah, lesser necroplasm used for regular inks. And you got lesser communion. And then if we level up to like 20, we'll be able to do this. But after that, it's just all member skills. Which, by the looks of it, chances are the level limit might be level 20. So, but I could be wrong. So yeah, all we gotta do is just simply level up Necromancy to level 20, and we should be good. And given the fact that, I don't know, I could just do something about this, but for now, oh, I can't like do the ferry thing, you know, like the boat thing. So, I'm not really like losing anything, so I should be good. Oh, and you know what? Just because I can, smoldering lamp. Large Phoenix lamp. Just for like sake of making things a little bit easier, I'm going to just put it into necromancy. Because why not? Finger of Death. Yeah, got Finger of Death and Touch of Death. And wow, I already got to level 15. But yeah, if you're wondering, Touch of Death is basically like the equivalent of getting stacks of like Necrosis. Which then like you can use like Finger of Death to just like hit some heavy damage. Not too heavy, but like somewhat decent. And because I could, I'll just simply put on the Necromancy. Reach level 20. Yep, looks like we got all for like a Killy Row, although I don't really care much. Because in the end, it's mostly quests, and more quests. This, I think, once I hit like level 20 in Archaeology, that's just it. And if you're curious about this, the blacksmith has arrived in the smithy, which is basically where you get your upgrades for your armor and your equipment. But seeing that we don't really need to do much, that's just it. Although, you know, just for the sake of like Slayer, I'm going straight to Birth Orb. Why? Because, hey, why not? I can just simply do a little bit of summoning of the skeleton. Get myself a Finger of Death, Touch of Death right over here. Consider this to be like number 8 being my Necromancy bar. And yeah, I can go straight to killing like some trolls. Troll Chucker? No problem. Oh, I should be able to like just simply summon them. Yeah, just go like this. Get level 5 Slayer, which by the looks of it, level cap reached. And by the looks of it, we unlocked the Crawling Hand. Shouldn't be that difficult. Get like 13 trolls. Gets a few levels. If you're curious about the like how to like deal with necromancy, ooh, and I got a lot of bones here. If you're curious about necromancy in terms of like the combat triangle, I'll tell you this. Combat triangle is basically melee is better than like melee beats ranged. Range is supposed to be like magic, and magic is supposed to be melee. But given the fact that the whole combat system is so like unbalanced and like broken, chances are you could beat someone with melee if you were like tough enough. If they're like if they're using magic or something. But given the fact that necromancy, while it's like powerful in its own skill, it can either beat like all 3 of them, or all 3 can beat like necromancy. So basically, it's a all or nothing kind of skill. Let's just bring this ectoplasm back because I don't want to bank it. Also, all those bones, I would probably end up keeping them either for like, yeah, I'd probably keep the bones for like burials. Well, actually, burial or necromancy. It really depends. But there are probably like better ways of like leveling up your necromancy. But I wouldn't recommend leveling up your necromancy a little too fast. Otherwise, you're gonna end up having some like trouble because you need bones for what's it? Bones for like the communion rituals. And seeing that we already have like level 5, like Slayer, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Plus, seeing that we're not members, chances are this is like limited. But in the end, that's just how it is. Companies have to make money, you know? Because if they don't have any money, how are they supposed to like pay off their employees, pay off the electricity, find a way to maintain servers, etc. But sadly, people don't really understand how money works, or better yet, how things work in like society. Also, since we complete our task, I can actually return to the Slayer Master. But seeing that I'm already past I'm already level 5. There's no point in me continuing Slayer unless I want to actually just keep like farming Slayer points. That's just it. Or, you know, just leveling up the skills itself. But reality-wise, I would definitely recommend continuously doing Slayer, mostly because like the points will accumulate. And if you're curious, let's go here. You need to be a member to access this content. Members have access to all game. You can trade like the Slayer equipment, but given the fact that we're free to play, it's not gonna look like this. So yeah, be right back. I'll show you the actual thing. Let me just like switch to my main account. I'll just show you the entire thing first. Well, I'm back. This is basically my main account. Let me show you the rewards for like Slayer, but hold on. What you saw earlier was actually like a bank pin like interface. So if you want to be extra careful with your bank pin, you need to put it in. See, this is basically the Slayer reward system. So if you have like Slayer points, you can basically start buying like broad arrows, broad bolts, all these things just for like points. But reality wise, you don't really want to waste it on, but you can get the upgrades, which I'd recommend. If you want to get the you should actually just go straight to like learning how to like get all this stuff, such as learning how to fletch bolts, broad bolts, make a ring of slaying, how to craft your own Slayer helmets, to deal with delivering quicker blows, and basically getting all the other stuff, especially like the gold accumulator, charming imp, herbicide, and all this stuff, just so you can put in your tool belt. And if you like your assignments, just go straight to your assignments. Preferred will probably increase your chances of getting it. The block tasks are the ones that you don't want. And then if you want to like share like between like two players, this is basically co-op Slayer, so you can basically get like some pretty cool stuff. Slayer teleports, potion effects, then you got like your pet skins as well as like a pet. But saying that this isn't the account that I'm using to play on this, I'll be right back to switch once more. But before I go, let me show you. All of this goes all the way to like level 120. Even though some of them are like out of date, so they'll go into level like 99. This is basically my main account's skills. And there's a beach event, so I can get like all this cool stuff, as well as like these tokens, which basically gives cosmetics. So I'll be right back. And basically I'm back with the low level account. Seeing that I got bones and stuff, I don't have to worry much. And also, since my Necromancy is like already at like 20, I don't have to worry about like the rituals anymore. Just simply place these things. I've already killed like trolls. I could just simply get another task. Crawling hands by default or gelatinous abominations. Slayer tokens. If you're curious about Slayer tokens, they're basically the equivalent of having like a VIP tickets. Though I can't see it right now, but I think it's right here. So, you know what? Just because I can, I'm going to actually use a Slayer token. Yep. It's like it says, the following has been removed from your currency pouch. One Slayer VIP ticket, which is basically your Slayer tokens. And seeing that we need, if we're gonna deal with gelatinous abominations, let me just check something quickly. Let's see here. If I remember correctly, go to Slayer gloves. Oh, it's not available. You know what that means? Go straight to like trade tutorial. Get some spiked gauntlets. And I'm gonna wait, do I have a enchanted gem? Let me just check the bank first. Also, if you're curious, let's see here. I have a enchanted gem. Do I have any gauntlets? Spiked gauntlet. Oh, I have like 2 of them, and I just must have made a mistake. And if you're ever curious about how to like get a pin for your like bank account, you just simply go straight to talking to the gnome banker. I'd like to check my pin settings. Go to your like set pin, and then you gotta change recovery delay, which you have to be very careful, because if you're not careful, somebody could potentially like remove your pin and then like hack your account. Well, actually, they first hack your account, then they like remove your pin, hoping that you don't log in, and then they basically clean out your account, and then let's just say rules will be broken, your account could be potentially banned, and you'll be wondering, what happened? I didn't break any rules, because the hacker stole your like all your stuff for like illegal purposes. So that's why you got to be very careful when it comes to like account security, because if you were to work like, I don't know, if you worked for like 1 year, 2 year, maybe like 15 years, like you had so much money, like bills and like coins and items and stuff, it's only a matter of time before somebody just simply hacks your account, deletes your pin, steals all your stuff, either by trading or like sending it to the Grand Exchange, and yeah, it's not going to be a good time for your account or for you in general. So from a logical standpoint, take care of your computer, keep it virus free, be careful what your like links you're like clicking. In all honesty, if you go straight to these like Stronghold Security, which is basically south of Edgeville, which I seems that I cannot go for some reason because it's locked. Yeah, you might want to actually be very careful, because you never know. Somebody could potentially lure your account, steal your account password and personal information. It's basically like having a real life bank account, but instead of storing like random stuff like stocks or something, it's just like cash, which people tend to like use for like illegal purposes. Basically, it's an old history of like what happens with the. It's why Jagex decided to like remove the dual arena and all that stuff, because of the whole real world trading and such. Definitely not a good thing. Plus, all those like sweatshops and stuff doing illegal stuff really ruin everything. It's why old school RS has so many bots. It's because like most of the bots are just real world traders or gold farmers, basically like trying to make like a quick buck, which is basically equivalent of like stealing like, I don't know, stealing like resources and such. And if you're curious about this area, we just went past the like Candrit Monastery. Is it really the? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Oh, it's the Edgeville Monastery. My bad on that one. And this is like Edgeville, where you can basically do your. It's not really a place for edging or anything, but it's just like they call it Edgeville because it's close to wilderness. And if you're curious about this, this is the wilderness right here. And this is where the King Black Dragon resides. Activate the artifact. Enter public. Go to private encounter, and this is where the instant system shows up. Entrance fee, which is cheaper if you like upgrade the death's office. You can get it for cheaper. Max amount of players. Minimum combat. Spawn speed. And then you got protection, basically to prevent like players from entering your like instance and like causing trouble. So you got free for all. You got pin 1, friends only, friends chat only, which, and then you got practice mode. So if you like don't know how to like beat a boss solo, or you need like, or you got friends that don't know how to beat a boss, in these instances you got practice mode. So for me, for this account, I wouldn't like do anything right now because it's clearly too low level to like do anything. Also, this thing right here, what you see, this is a bloodwood tree. Right now, you can't really do anything. But if you were in a members like world, you'd have like a NPC like show up, and man, the wilderness. What you see here, it's basically history. Yep, that's right. Complete and utter like dead history, actually. If you're actually like from old school RS or like from the days of old, well, let me just like show you what it is. If you see here this death list, take a potato chip and eat it. Yeah, these are basically two players that like killed each other in the wilderness. Like 2 players versing for like the amount of drop killed. And if you're curious, if you go inside, you have like, you're like safe right now. But here's the thing. Right now, I don't have anything, but if I had something, let me go to like the bank first because I gotta actually pull something out of my ass. Well, not really, but let's just go to the bank. Alright, so basically you got your bronze, boots. Let's bring some like, I don't know, something like this. Right now, you don't really see anything, but can't change your appearance here, so let's actually go all the way back. Let's go to customizations, go to wardrobe, and there's a lot of garbage that I don't need to like collect. Alright, so ability of source, turn that off. I'm going to put on the Book of Faces. I don't really have much in terms of like cosmetics, but if you want to know the difference between you being very safe from PvP, you notice that if you're not opted into PvP, you got your cosmetics on. But if you were to be opted to PvP, by actually toggling it, not talking to Blair, but talk to Vala or Vala, where you can basically toggle the PvP to turn on, basically giving you the warning. If you opt into PvP, you can be attacked by other players, like in the old days in the wilderness. If you're killed, your belongings will drop to the ground for the others to take. Just like in the good old days, you have opted into PvP combat in the wilderness. You can opt out anytime through Vala. Basically this guy. So basically, if you're wondering if you're opted to PvP or not, you'll end up having the this thing show up. So let's actually go in. And you'd end up having a skull. Instead of being cosmetics, you'd actually have your like usual like combat attire. And if you're not careful, you could potentially get like a player killed, which PKing is basically player killing. So if you're ever going to the wilderness and you don't like PvP, 2 things: either stay out of the wilderness, or just opt out into PvP and you can just simply run around the wilderness willy-nilly. But even if you do like opt out of PvP, there's some things that you won't be able to do. My god, it's been a while since I actually did any PvP. In fact, I am like somewhat terrible at PvP to tell you the truth. Because I remember back then the PvP like scenario was a lot more different compared to what's right now. And seeing that I've opted out of PvP, I don't have to worry much. So let's actually just go around and run into the wilderness just for the sake of, I don't know, just enjoying. I mean, it's been so long. Yeah, it really has been. Still got those like grizzly bears. Some areas basically you got like grizzly bears, you got unicorns. And if you're wondering what that thing right here is, that's the Chaos Rune. Or Chaos Ruins. And if anyone was like an old RuneScape like a PvPer, they would know where this location would be. Good old Dark Warriors Fortress. I still remember those days where I actually got like I ended up like killing a player right here, only to be killed like in a stalemate. Before like all these changes, instead of skeletons, there used to be Dark Warriors. But because of like, what happened to the Dark Warriors? Let's just say you should quest in the fort quests or the fort quest line before you can like really understand what actually happened, because the wilderness compared to like back then, it's changed so much. You got like all these old bandit guards. They never had like these like the skulls on top of them. The bandits in this area are aggressive if you're not skulls. So yeah, beforehand they weren't like as aggressive as they used to be, but now they're super aggressive, super dangerous, and a lot more powerful than you originally thought. And if I remember correctly, back then we didn't I don't think we had obelisks, but these obelisks that you see, members only, they can basically allow you to either randomly transport to the through the wilderness or the usual. And then you got like the musician. There's basically two. I believe like there's maybe 2 or 3 musicians. One is dead. One's like I don't know if it's a goblin or something. But yeah. But I remember back then like it was a lot more dangerous than like currently. And if you're curious about this, Necrate rocks, they're a little bit different. Also, that's my phone. If you heard like any other noise. Also, compared to like members, you don't see many monsters here. But in this, like in free to play, yeah, most of the monsters are gone. They're mostly Slayer monsters for like wilderness Slayer tasks. So yeah, if you ever wanted to do some PvP, free to play is a lot more better because it's a little bit less, I don't know, unbalanced or like less chaotic, and you don't have to deal with the annoying monsters that like come out of nowhere just to kill you. And I'm talking about like those Ripper demons. Oh, those Ripper demons will rip you up so badly if you're not careful. But yeah, right here I'd say there would be like ice strike worms. You got like some sort of like wyverns. And this here is basically the wilderness agility course. Back then I remember those days when like I used to be over here, there would be like you would be still if a person was like doing the wilderness agility, they'd still get PK'd regardless. There was no opt out or opt in PvP. If you well, actually, there was no opt-out PvP. If you were like around here, you'd probably get PK'd pretty badly. Because in deep wilderness, you got level 40, like level 54, which is basically pretty high, and you'd probably be like either lured over here with like a party hat or something, and you'd end up like being dead, because like people would either be too good, or if there was like a crossplay, there would be like a lot of players coming to like kill you. And if you're curious about this area, this is the mage training arena. Well, not mage training arena. This is just a mage arena where you basically learn some skills. Well, actually, wait, no, my bad. Not like you don't learn skills, you just unlock some, like the staffs. Because back then, you'd have to learn how to like unlock. I think it was like what Gothic's Claws, Ceramin's something, and then like Flames of Samarak. And if I remember correctly, if a person like had the lever, they'd probably be over here. They'd spawn over here. They'd go through like that web here and then go to the left just to go to the mage arena, which is pretty much how we used to be able to go to the mage arena. Also, if you're wondering, hellhounds. Oh, by the way, this area where all the hellhounds and stuff, things were a lot different compared to back then. This area, and oh, I died. And seeing that like I died like that, I'm basically around like I'm back at Death's office. Greetings. Am I dead? Yes, I'm afraid that you are. Fortunately, it's not your time. You're not your time yet. So, great. How do I get back? It is not your time. Destiny awaits you. Death will not claim you yet. Use the hourglass behind you to return to the world of the living. And I can just say goodbye. And if I were to die, I'd probably like have like some sort of like ability to like reclaim my items. But given the fact that I died with nothing, I can simply leave. Although if you were to leave, ooh, and I can choose my respawn point. So, given the fact that I died near the wilderness, I can go straight to Edgeville. And this is where I would like end up. Why? That's just how it is. And this is basically a bit of an exploration to RuneScape. So yeah, I taught you a little bit of like small bit of like the wilderness and how, although I didn't say like much about it, but I can definitely tell you it's a bit dangerous. Right there, chaos, you got like the Chaos Elemental like boss right here where the Red Dragon Island is. There's the Corporeal Beast, which you need to do with like Summer's End, and if you're like old school, right here near the lava maze, this is where the King Black Dragon is. Although you could go all the way here, but if you go to the wilderness side, you'll get some like bonus points or something. Well, bonus something. But compared to like free to play, it's not much. It's mostly empty. But in like if you were to be a pay to play or like members, there would be Slayer monsters all over the place. Well, not all over, but in certain areas that would make it a little more dangerous than necessary. And if you're curious about this, the Dragon King Laboratory, that's an Elite Dungeon, Elite Dungeons 2, which is basically mostly dragons and such. So yeah, this is basically me showing off a bit of the wilderness, gaining some like necromancy, as well as like leveling up Slayer. I think I'll do something next time. Maybe explore the wilderness a little more, or I don't know. Maybe a bit of like maybe I can actually like teach something about the clan. And if you're curious what clan is, it's more like a guild. But with this account, it's not much to do. But yeah. Either way, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a great day, night, or whatever time zone you guys are on.